2025. It is 8:35 a.m. Central Time. And it's chilly this morning. I woke up in the middle of the night with my chest covered in, I guess, sweat, but my temperature wasn't that hot. But this happens a lot, where like it's basically just my chest, but and it's a lot. Like it's like it's disgusting. I don't know what the problem is. Sometimes I get the sensation that there's metal spiders crawling in and around my brain and like scratching at my physical body. They're invisible, but I don't think they're the ones sitting on my chest making me sweat. Though, full disclosure, I do wrap myself in a bit of a blanket cocoon to try to prevent them from identifying the insulation from me, because I don't think that their sonar is very good. It's only a matter of time, man, before they catch on. I don't know what I'm gonna do. A helmet came in the mail yesterday, and I don't know, man, but it's one of those things where it's like, look at my chin. Bruh, why does that make me so mad? It's gray, and I unboxed it, and I was like, oh, is it green? No, it's gray. They're calling it matte bone. Whose bones are gray? And why do I have to wear it on my head? I hate the freaking visual of how to wear it. For those of you who don't know, it is kind of difficult to recall now. But when I was about 5 years old, I was hospitalized, and it felt like a couple of weeks, but I was told it was like 6 months. I don't know. I had to miss school, and fortunately we worked it out. But after that, I was told that I should wear a helmet when I'm just walking around, just regular out there in the world. So I spent my first year at school wearing a helmet, and I had jungle print on it, and it was just a bicycle helmet, but pretty fucked up. Because that's the thing, is like, if I'm like retard level freaking, shouldn't I have a special helmet? But no, they let it go. It's like, what is serious to you? Humiliating me? Is that the only thing? Because it is clear to me that you're not really like looking for a cure. They called my disease idiopathic, which means don't know, don't care. And and they just fucking took my blood all the time. All the time. They're taking my blood. I'm fucking throwing a fit. I'm freaking out. I never ever got to cry. Like I never got to cry before. Like I used to really freak out. But yeah, so this bicycle helmet shows up, and I'm already experiencing rage. Per the holes that I've put in the walls. It's a bad thing. I really need a new life, but at least the bicycle helmet is coming with a bike. So, it's not a total loss. anyways, we'll see. Other things. One of the blossoms from my orchid fell off in the night. And when I got the peace lily, I had to do a little pruning, a little cleaning up. But yeah, I got the croton in here. There were some like terrarium plants that showed up, but I was only able to salvage 2 of them that I'm still watering and sunning. There was like 5, but yeah. I don't know, like, to what level, like, the atmosphere is preserved around these things, that the degradation is as it is, considering how much time passed before it decided to start not, you know. It's very interesting. It's clear to me that it's not that there is a way to preserve things or to store things. In my mind, there's always the broken seal, the microbe, the just passing of time, bruh. Like, these 3 things, and I'm like, yeah, right. Like, that's not gonna work. And people spite me. They smite me because of that. They're like, oh, yes, it will. And it's like, what's your fucking problem? I said it's not gonna work, you know? And it's like, so anyways, plants die, you know? Because you're freaking stubborn. Because that's not how to care for things. Just because you can preserve it doesn't mean that it's cared for or that it's the right thing to do. But allow me to explain time traveler policy. I don't know what the procedures are. I don't know what protocol is, but I can tell you that it's off. And anyways, you know, my whole thing is exposure. So, not good. That's the opposite. Exposure. And yeah, unfortunately, pretty much every single thing that I practice this philosophy with begins to erode before my eyes. But I'm not trying to kill it. It's just this interesting thing that happens when things aren't being actually cared for. It's like just looking at them kills them. So anyways, I'm not just looking at them. I'm moving them around and yeah, doing the things that I do, which includes a lot of, you know, airing things out and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just freaking beside myself because I literally made a fresh bed like right before I got in. And it was like, wow, good for me. But these sheets like stick to my clothes. And so I start like rolling and it's catching and it's so fucking annoying. And there's the fucking metal spiders and I'm in a cocoon and I don't know, it's like, it was just bad. And like, there's like random things like over here, over here, over here. And it's like, my eyes twitching. You can't see it, but I am disturbed. But yeah, so I just I I'm doing laundry already, and I've got a comforter I have to wash. And I'm just so annoyed that like this just didn't even last like a few hours before it was like too much of a problem. It'd been too much of a problem. But yeah, I just sprayed some freaking Sage Heritage brand. And I'm just, sitting here like, what's the other thing? What do I say? Well, I was considering making Bloody Marys, but I don't like vodka really. Um, I saw this really cool thing for like garden vodka, which, so here's the thing is like, when I say I'm a bad cook, it's not just that I'm a bad cook. It's like rising from hell makes it very difficult to cultivate and harvest things. Like, so like the stuff that I have to work with is like, it looks normal maybe. Or, people are like, inspired or like generous about it. But when I tell you that there is a discernible level of nobody loves you and this is doo-doo, it is there. It makes it so difficult to do anything. Not to make a freaking fresh salad, not to freaking pickle it, not to freaking, sanitize it or steam it or whatever. No, nothing works. It's all doo-doo. Somehow. So excuse me for whatever. It became very clear to me like immediately that like I am missing something critical. I've always known this. And when I tell you that I did not think it was magic, I didn't. I thought it was love. Fuck love. It's magic. Because people who are not lovey still manage magic. So, yeah, this is a new game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not actually in the market for magic acquisition. However, I'm happy to pay for it. If you do things the way I want you to the degree that I want you to, which is hygienic and gorgeous, I will put down all of my money because I'm very hungry and sad and angry, and you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. So basically, I'm a vegetarian, but due to my condition and environmental factors, I do eat meat, but you just go ahead and use your imagination, okay? Because I talk to animals, so that does not play well. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but we figure it out, whether you gotta freaking put it in a tin and put it on a shelf for 100 years. Guess what? People come around and they decide, you know what? Maybe that wasn't freaking mermaid man in there. Maybe it's just fishy, Maybe it's like a fish cake kind of thing. People figure it out. That It doesn't matter how proud you are or how convicted or how easygoing. At the end of the day, the difference is, you know, intention. And not yours, but where you're getting it from. And if it wasn't intended to be food or, you know, something like this, oh, I know. Oh, I know. Let me tell you about the time when I woke in my mind's eye as a chicken. And there was a really mean farm boy there. And he said, guess what? We're about to murder you for food. Here's the factory right here. And I literally freaked the fuck out. It's a very terrible thing. But when I say that you did not figure it out, like that's not how, and also ow, and who hurt you, and no, my parents didn't love me, and also, you know, like, guess what? If I weren't still having to complain about it, it wouldn't be a problem. But how do I say, you ever like think like, oh, you know, like get a tablespoon of butter and then you're like, oh, let me just clean off the spoon. And then you're like, that was disgusting. Why did I do that? You know, people really underestimate these kinds of things. You think that everything is safe because for some reason, I don't know, like you just think like everything is love and like, I don't know, you're like immortal or something. And it's like, bro, it isn't. Seriously, I swear. This is not love. I swear it isn't. uh so many reasons, but why is it sometimes I think that I do know. Occasionally I feel like something else transpires because of my residency, because of my what's the word for occupation? How do you say racket? um Mostly I think that I'm not very impressive, but that doesn't matter. When it comes time to say, you know, who's done it, whether or not you want to acknowledge me isn't the question. It's whether or not you want to acknowledge effort or participation. And then you do. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know usually anymore where people are coming from. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's too presumptuous, but I think that's your problem that you don't think about those things. That you show up like, you know, like you just blew in and you got the weight of the world on your shoulders and and you think that you can somehow ground yourself by making extreme things subtle and subtleties extreme or something. But I don't know why. I don't know why I think that there's a giant celebrity prison in Dubai. I don't know why I didn't finish Orange is the New Black. I don't know why, what's the one in San Francisco? I don't know why they're not doing more with that. I don't think that there's any prisoners here in Pensacola, save for me. But nobody told me that I was on house arrest. And you do owe me that. If you're studying me, if you're researching me, if you're plotting or planning or scheming, you know what I mean? It's like you clearly don't understand what racketeering has been defined as. I'll change this afterwards for adults, but yeah, if you got a problem with it, I'm just saying, you know, vigilance didn't kill the cat. All right. And also, diligence sounds sort of like that. And it's a good word. And I'm really mad that people are so egotistical about their ability to transcend time and space. Because for me, like, all I see is neglect and abuse. I see it in the gray earth and, you know, the freaking, like, thorns that come up. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, maybe not geographic, but you're moving so fast that, like, you literally do not care to hear me complain. That we're not at the same place. We're not at the same time. And you don't want to get to know me. You're not trying to feel the weather. You're not trying to read the room. You are main character. And surprise, surprise. Maybe the only interesting thing here is that you can be tricked into reporting some sort of version of reality, which is mine, so long as you claim it as your own. But that's not the problem. There is a benefit to that, which is to say that when you ask yourself, what would Persephone do? You generally don't want to answer it because you don't want to concede to anyone, or heaven forbid you take charge, because so long as you wait to be told what to do, you get to oppress someone else because they have to tell you, and you seriously will deny and reject their existence entirely by doing everything that they do, that they tell you to, and keeping it a secret. Okay, does it sound too conspiracy? Well, I'm almost done. But then we say, what is the word for government? Government is the word for government. And we say, what is government? And maybe you never got nervous about trying to sound smart before. Guess what? Celebrity prison is a lot just like boarding school, but they're such freaking brats that they literally refuse to do anything without having the hand held, because then you are hindered and they will take that power for themselves. So that's the thing, is like, you think like, oh, what's the matter? Like, why couldn't they just go get a job and just like, you know, like a regular, yes, minimum wage, whatever, entry-level job, just to prove that, oh, excuse me. So why couldn't they just take an entry-level job just for a short while, just to prove that they know how to show up on time, that they can get themselves there on their own? Because they can't. Because they don't. They're terrorists. They exercise human trafficking, and not just that. Why? Because they don't want to. It is only in times of emergency that they decide to have some sort of mental disorder preventing them from knowing their own identity from someone else's. Because we are allowed to believe that we are so threatened, that the world is so dangerous, that it's better for someone to steal your identity than to ask for help or to admit that something seriously went wrong. They would rather say that they're you and that it's fine than, because the freaking whores, because the salacious whores, sensational celebrities. Well, this stops now. Do not understand that I see the fact that you are literally incapable, not just from living on your own, but from effectively doing anything healthy or nourishing, unless there's a camera with a script telling you exactly what to do. You never finish what you started, and you never actually experience it. You're just a little Barbie doll whore. And do you know actually how genuinely threatening that is for life to exist? Because you take up so much space, making every single person cater to you. Every single person has to be thinking about what to do for the Barbie doll. Or else she's gonna throw a fit. No, that's not what's gonna happen. She's gonna start spinning off into nothing, and you're gonna actually be driven insane because she's so thoughtless and so careless and actually vindictive when it comes down to it. If you don't tell her how to do something constructive, she will attack you. Okay, so I really love that you think this is open forum and that I might be able to indulge in your fantasy of having this audience with God. But sorry, sister, if you're not committed to the semester or to the program, I can't help you. Lock her up and throw away the key. I don't care what happens. You know who you are. Okay, goodbye.